in New York, an Indian restaurant, and we're literally sitting there enjoying this food, and we both cannot speak. It was so delicious. We didn't speak for an entire hour. We're just literally blown away at the incredible flavors of all these spices. So my favorite food is Indian food. But the problem is it comes with a package. It's very hard to find Indian food without this thing called sugar. And out of all the countries that use sugar, India is at the top, the very top of the list. India has a love affair with sugar. It's the largest consumer of sugar in the world. It's the second largest producer of sugar in the world, behind Brazil. In fact, they invented how to refine sugar over 2,000 years ago. It's actually 2,372 years to be exact. And so the whole spreading of this sugar started from India. Every traditional celebration involves sweets, religious, social gatherings, festivals, weddings, holidays, you name it, there's going to be sweets. You know, in America, they have these Indian specialty market stores. You cannot find a product without some type of sugar. There's also two types of traditional sugars that India uses. One is called kanseri, which is kind of a partially refined sugar with some unrefined sugar together. Basically, you're adding some molasses to it. So they're going to add some vitamins. And then they have jaggery, which is another form of sugar, which you're combining either sugar cane, sometimes with date sugar or palm sugar. In India, the average person consumes 8.7 kilograms of just the traditional sugars every single year. That's 19 pounds of sugar every single year. And we're only talking about these two traditional types of sugar. It's incredible. So unfortunately, this addiction, tradition is so embedded in society that it's going to be really hard to change. In 2005, 25% of the population was overweight and obese. And then in 2013, that rose to roughly 64% of the entire population is overweight or obese. There's over 65 million people who have type 2 diabetes in India. That is number 2 in the world behind China. Sugar sweetened beverages from 1995 went from 2 liters of this liquid sugar candy type substance to, in 2015, an average person consumed 12 liters of this liquid sugar. This is on top of all the other sugars. It's over the top. And so the only change is not going to come from taxing people on eating sugar and punishing them and forcing them to eat healthy. It's going to come from you changing your diet and you becoming healthy and having people look at you and go, wow, you look amazing. I want to make that change. So honestly, once you understand how to make these recipes with alternative sugars, it's not going to be that hard. And the taste with all those amazing spices and aromas could be virtually identical. So there are many different Indian dishes that you can make, either without sugar or with sugar alternatives. And the cool thing is the health benefits of all these different herbs and spices are amazing. But when you add sugar, it kind of nullifies all the wonderful benefits, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-diabetic properties. So let me first talk about some keto-friendly Indian dishes that you can start eating immediately. Okay, we have pioneer cheese. This is a traditional Indian cottage cheese made from either cow or buffalo milk. It's great when you mix with spinach or other types of foods. 1 cup, you have 22 grams of protein, 29 grams of fat, which is great if you're on the keto plan, and only 3.6 grams net carb. Then we have another dish called avial. Avial is a South Indian keto-friendly dish. It's basically vegetable stew that is cooked with seasonal vegetables like green beans, drumsticks, red pumpkin, eggplant, and coconut milk. And of course, they add the curry leaves to just make it awesome. So 1 serving is really only 1.7 grams of net carbs. That's incredible. Then we have a masala omelet. You're cooking with butter, olive oil, cheese. You could probably put some bacon in there if you wanted. But this is basically eggs, onions, tomatoes with chili pepper, turmeric, coriander, and green chili. Quite delicious. and very keto friendly. I think it's 4 carbs per serving. Then you have the mutton seek kebab. Now, mutton could be either lamb or goat, but you're cooking this with butter and onions and a blend of amazing spices. One serving is only 3 grams of net carbs. And what about tandoori gobi? These are delicious cauliflower bites. They use a very delicious spice yogurt marinade, grilled in an air fryer or oven or even the stovetop. This is only 4.8 grams of net carbs. Another one is chicken korma. This is a great dish where you're combining chicken with certain vegetables with a yogurt sauce, and of course, amazing Indian spices for that wonderful gravy. This one only has 4.8 grams of net carbs. Then we have the Indian coconut shrimp curry. It takes less than a half hour to make. It only has 3 grams of net carbs, and it's total keto. So there's many different low carb recipes that you can make and still have that wonderful, delicious taste, yet without the sugar. So I'm going to put some amazing Indian recipes down below that my wife and I made. But your next step is to get on keto. To help you do that, I created a very, very simple playlist of short videos to get started right here.